you should have elders, let's say for the point where they are living at home, and then your parents will tell you to go and wash plates. Most times, the plate you're washing, you didn't even use one. Even spoon inside you did not use. But they'll tell you to constantly go and wash plates. And sometimes it's Gary that also. And they cannot use that cup. Like... Welcome to 31 Black and Still With My Faults.
As Messi told you guys, my name is Charles Enek. I am a writer, a poet, and a musician, mostly into hip hop.
You know, I can relate to this very well because not just me, even my junior brother, because like I know for a long period it's me and him that used to wash the plate. Like maybe just finish eating, they would drop the plate and I'll be the one to wash it. And especially like though my siblings did it, but they didn't do it as much as my parents. And it was in as much as yes, we know that okay, parents, the parents when they are providing stuff and that, it's still a bit annoying because sometimes they will do it at the most inconvenient time. Like you just like I know how a lot of times I will finish cleaning the sink. I mean, well, anytime I used to do a work, I like to do it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Anytime I do a work, I try to do it like effectively and
like with so much dedication.
With so much dedication, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I believe in that statement that says whatever God do is what do it well.
Well.
Even the Bible, no, I'm not a much of a religious person, but even the Bible says, focus your mind and heart into that thing that you are doing. Maybe I'm not quoting it the exact way he said it.
Yeah.
I know it's something like that. I have to go back and check what exactly that verse said. So basically, when I used to clean the dish, when I used to wash plates and all that, I used to make it very clean. In fact, even when I see our house currently, it's not as if his work is good, but it's not the way I do it because I know if I do it, it will be spotless, stuff like that, and it's kind of make me feel. Before I even used to, when he finished washing and everything, and I may see one or two things, I may just want to
do it again.
Like no, I won't do it from scratch. Obviously, he has done the main work, but I just clean those stuff and make it spotless. But sometimes I'll be the one to call him and do it. I'll leave it out there because I don't have more important things to worry about. So there will be time I know I will clean this sink spotless. It will be sparkling. As I'm walking, and my mom will just come and go. She just finish eating. And normally when she eats, maybe she might cook indomie, egg with chicken, and she just finish drinking and or whatever. Though she doesn't drink now much these days, but she might just finish with all that. And she always put them in a tray, so she will carry the tray with everything and just. In fact, sometimes she will not even carry. At least I don't know which one is more painful. When she carries the tray with everything and drops on the sink, or when I'll just be leaving, she will call me to her room to go and carry the tray with everything and go and drop in the sink and I'll start washing them from the sink. Like,
oh Lord.
Like I'm just reminiscing. This doesn't happen again. It doesn't happen correctly. So yeah, I know how painful that is. And even my junior brother, that there's nobody that used to pay more than my junior brother. In fact, it is me. He used to holler more, like because of that thing. Because I was actually fond of doing it to him. He will finish washing plates. No, not immediately. Like my own, the one I used to do to him was not as bad as the one they did to me. Because now is that they literally just come and drop it at that spot when I'm washing. His own is that maybe he washed it after 1 or 2 hours. I cooked something I ate, or so I'll come and drop the plate. You come on, please. This is the bullshit. See, you call me and say, please just be washing this place. I don't like. Sometimes you even be angry. Sometimes
sometimes it warrants that anger because put yourself in that position. If not be because of God, some of us will not send our families like go. Oh, I don't even know where to mention. We don't send them go asylum or just hold them for a while. Just for a while. I'll come back for them. Hold them for a while. You know, funny thing is, sometimes doing some of these chores, the appearance see like they are preparing you for a grand future.
Exactly, some sort of grand like event or something like that.
Exactly.
Or sort of grand journey. I don't know what exactly they think they're
And funny enough, sometimes it's different for the guys and for the girls, right? Because in a typical African home, I'll tell you, the girls are trained to do things in the kitchen, like back to back. It's like there is one ultimate prize you are going to win. They say lifelong competition. You have been,
yes.
you must learn how to cook. You must learn. If you don't do all those things, the questions that will come, when you go to your husband's house, is this how you're going to cook? When you go
Yes.
Sometimes I ask this question. I have asked this question. I said, forget husband. Won't I cook for my own self? Ask me if this is how I will cook for myself before you ask me about how I cook for husband.
Yes.
Because sometimes I feel like it is quite different for the male folks and the female folks. It's quite different because the typical African home will always want the female folks to be perfect. Now, I'm not saying this because when I say that, when I started this statement, I believe a lot of people feel like, yes, she wants to support us, women supporting women. No.
Feminism stuff, I understand.
I don't care about feminism.
No, I know. That's what people may think.
Yeah, that's what they'll think.
That's how it may seem.
Yeah, that's how it may seem. And even mind you, the whole feminism thing, people always misinterpret what it should stand for. Feminism doesn't mean whatever a woman does should be right. Look at it very well. When she is right, use your feminist power to support her. That is what it should mean. Let me go back. So
before you divert too much as of this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of Nigerians. Yeah.
So, like they want the female child to be so perfect in house chores, grooming yourself, this and that, and everything that has to do with health, except wealth. They don't talk about wealth.
They don't really indoctrinate much of financial literacy on the female child. More domestic and homekeeping ethics.
Another funny thing is, as much as you try to imbibe, impressing and compressing this thing into the female child, the person you are preparing her for is the male child. So why not also teach the male child, if not how to do it, how to know when it is done right? I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense. So why is there always that disparity? I'm saying this, I know now it sounds like I'm looking at just a younger generation, but it's because the thing has traveled from that younger generation to even the older ones. So now on this 31 block, a lot of times, because growing up, what we heard is, when you go to your husband's house, is this how you will do it? Now that we are on that block of 31, the question they're asking is, when will you go to your husband's house? That's the next question they keep asking. They will not, the male, they will not ask you, when will you? Don't ask you when you get married. They'll say,
well, they do ask, but not as much as not as much as they are asking.
Find a way to sugarcoat it. They don't. They talk it like this.
Some don't even. Yes, some do sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Some are actually plain and blunt with it. Some will even hassle you about it. But like, it's not as much as the
females.
Yes, not as much as they focus and they reiterate like the marriage and marital values and domestic values, like in the females, that kind of thing. I understand what you are saying actually, because even now, honestly speaking, like I don't know. I have a little idea, but I don't know how it is like for females who grow up like in this kind of like home settings, because in my house we are all, I won't say boys, we are men. Because even my junior brother safe, he's a grown-ass man. So and I thank God for that. So I don't have a sister, and we are 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, we are 5. So you can. I have 3 elder brothers, so you can imagine.
I can already imagine.
Yeah, you can imagine the disparity between our age and all that.
Yeah.
So so in as much as all of us have our own challenges growing up, and everything, and burden growing up and everything, I can't imagine how it must have been for an average girl child who grew up like in a myopic, backwards African setting. Especially when it comes to when they were indoctrinating with domestic work in preparation for marriage in the future and stuff like that. I can't really imagine how all these things must have been. So, and also I do know that like you said, they talk about your husband's house. I know, like, there was in fact, I don't know what I'm going to call her. Let me just call her a girl I used to talk to. Let me just, a girl, she used to tell me of how her mom used to keep some things for her, telling her that these are things that I'm going to give you as gifts when you get married on your wedding day and stuff like that. And he just to see me beat shallow to me. But I was like, well, to each his own, or to each our own rather, that kind of thing. So I have a bit of understanding of how these things are, and I must say it's a bit, in my opinion, it's a bit saddening because it just shows how backward our society is. I think well, maybe things are getting better now with the whole woke culture and everything, but the older generation will always going to be the older generation, and they are always going to hassle young women about marriage and all that. And now I don't know if I'm digressing now, or maybe this might be a topic for another future. But me, this marriage thing, I don't want to sound too unorthodox, but even this marriage thing, I don't, the way society like always emphasizes on the thing. I don't know. I don't feel it should be that much of a goal someone should look up to. For me, I tell women, like my female friends, to me, marriage for a man or a woman, marriage is not an achievement, in my own opinion. I tell people, especially those ones that are also in the matrix of I want to get married. My wedding day, this and that. And for the ones that are not just even the feminists that are condemning marriage and saying it is oppression to women and all that stuff. Because I'm not even sure I agree with that. But the ones that maybe both the ones that are still indoctrinated and programmed with that idea of go to school, graduate, buy a job, get a husband and get married, that kind of thing. That's just their life goal. That's just their life goal. Even both them and the ones that are taking a seat back to like look at this thing and be like, is this all I aspire to be? Is this all I aspire to be? Like, I think I want more for my life and that kind of thing. I just tell you that this thing is not as much of a, no, it's a good thing. Even the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Yeah, but not as much of a big deal or achievement as the way people make it out to seem. I feel there are a lot of things that one should look towards before not that you shouldn't look towards marriage and all that. But I feel there are a lot of things one should look towards before looking towards marriage. So yeah, now coming back to African home and how the pressure is in African home and all that. Like I said, in as much as I can't relate because I'm a man, obviously. But I do feel that I do know, I've seen it, how pressurizing it is for a lot of pressure and how overwhelming it is for an average lady, a young lady who is, according to society's definition, ripe for marriage. And
you're going to block fruits.
Yeah. I kind of like I have empathy for ladies like that because even as a guy, I know how a lot of women, as a guy, now I'm saying this not to compare with how intense it is for the ladies when they are always pressurizing them and getting married because our own is lesser. But as a guy, I know how I've been hassled on when I get my bed, I've been hassled with the idea of settling down. Marriage. Settling down. No, not for my parents because they know I'm definitely not ready for that. But for maybe society, relatives, even family friends. Family friends. Like I remember when we're having a community issue. Like so I was just there. I was talking about something that I have problem with in the community. One way the community just going in. You are not supposed to be your parents' house. You're supposed to have got to marry and move out of your house. Like, where is that coming from? You're talking about community issues happening. I'm not supposed to. Okay, yeah, I'm not supposed to be my parents' house. Though it's off topic. Like it's off points rather. It's OP. But like I cannot understand because I'm a young man and I suspect that at a particular age
you should settle and then
I still have a problem with that. I'm going to come back to it, but I can't understand society's mindset towards that. But now you're now bringing get married and all that. From where to where? I don't understand.
Excuse you?
Like exactly. Excuse you. Hello. Why are you asking me about this? Like I don't get. So and not just even that. I've also had a lot of women. And it's always elderly women. In fact, come to think of it, it's always elderly women that always bring this married thing to me.
And the funny thing is, it's people who don't contribute to your life. That one.
Exactly, you nailed
Why?
it. You hit the nail on the head. Who don't contribute to your life? Who feel they should have an opinion on how your life should go? Like always elderly women. So, this like experiencing this just give me an idea of how much
pressure,
more worse
it
will be
on the female.
For a young lady.
See, something very funny is you're coming back from work at this age and forget the people you have at home. And as you're just coming back from work, you're just entering, be it a male, be it a female, depending on the kind of chores you have to do at home. You're just entering. If you never even drop bag, you never bath, you're like, hey, it's rice we are going to cook this evening, no? Have you ever experienced that? Or we are not cooking this evening, no. You just maybe you go and do noodles and eat, or you just find something and take care of yourself.
Actually, I've experienced the part of where they will say I came back home, there's no food. They will tell me that there's no food. Maybe even cook something, fry yam or cook yam or go and buy noodles and eat all. I've experienced that. I remember one time I was doing my IT, my internship. I came back from work. Next thing was, in fact, she didn't even have to tell me. She didn't have to say, I saw piles of plates and pots waiting for me to work. I'm just coming back from work. This one is not, I don't know whether it's because I had not graduated at that point or so, but I just came back from work and I'm seeing piles of plates and pots
waiting for you,
waiting to be washed by me, because it was only me that was at home. Obviously, she's not good. And as of then, we didn't have any house help, so they will still wait for me. Like, okay, if I wash the plate before I go to work, I understand. I came back, I'm still waiting for piles of plates and pots for me to wash and everything. I posted it on my WhatsApp status. Just come back from me stressful, and that day work was quite stressful.
It's almost as though they know when to just do that thing.
I don't know if it's them.
It's like that is just waiting to do something, so you will snap and say the wrong thing, and then you start receiving and
and they start making you out to be the bad guy and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's as much as my mom is a prayerful woman and you know how, like you say, prayerful, the mother's prayer and all that. I don't know whether, because you know, devil can still talk to anybody. So I don't know whether it's devil that will just put it in our mind. Like at that point, I just saw the plates and the pots and everything waiting to be washed by me, and I know she wanted to cook that day. I had to watch. She didn't even have to tell me how to wash. She was very stressful. I posted it on my WhatsApp status that day that just come back from a very stressful day from work. Just come back from a very stressful day I had at work, and just to come home, thinking I'll be
welcome party.
Just to come home and to be welcomed by plates and pots waiting to be washed by me. And that post, you know that emoji where it's single teardrop, a single teardrop waiting for you. So yeah, I just
posted it.
I saw my first laughing, sending in laughing, which is laughing.
Yeah.
One was telling me, one of my former roommate was telling me, stupid boy, you think because you are working you can escape house chores.
Exactly.
My friend, go inside there and wash those plates and pots.
Exactly.
And now my friend that once come to stay with me, he knows how my mom is, how my mom is always asking me about washing plates. And that my friend, he experienced it, how my mom was always telling me, enter that kitchen and wash those plates, enter that kitchen and wash. At the wrong time.
It just happens.
He knows how my mom, he just pictured how my mom would have said it. He now said, my friend, go inside and go and wash those plates before mommy come and harass you. You want mommy to come quickly?
Whoa.
I was just like,
come on. It happens like that. And you know, one funny thing is, while we stay with our parents, there is this kind of bond we build with them that sometimes they don't even have to tell you to do this thing, but you do it because you don't want them to end up doing it.
Yes.
Sometimes it happens like that. And those are the sweet moments. Although there is this sour, but there is that sweet moment when you won't have that joy while you do the chores.
No, I'm not
just so they don't do it.
That's true.
So, one question.
Sure, shoot.
When was the last time you were out and they called you like, when are you coming home? Or are you not coming home again?
No miles now. Probably last 2 weeks or so. Probably last 2 weeks. No.
Oh, that is coffee they do with you too.
Well, I won't call it curfew because
they won't tell you that your coffee is also time.
Yes.
Or by default, you already know.
By default, yes, I will. Actually, it's true by default because once it reaches 9 or after 9, I'm still outside. 9 p.m. after 9, I'm still outside. My mom, it's especially my mom. especially my mom. My dad does it too sometimes, but it's mostly my mom should call. Why are you still upset? Are you not seeing time?
Questions that they will not give you room to answer.
No, you give you room to answer. Sometimes she'll give you room, but even when you answer,
the next question must still follow. It's like the answer was not.
Or sometimes she'll even still repeat that same question.
Okay.
When are you coming in? Are you not seeing time?
Okay.
Why are you still out like this time?
Okay.
This or that. Sometimes, safe. Sometimes when she has not even called, I'm even surprised she has not called.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that is thinking, and that knows how this feels.
But she will still call, mind you, she will still call. In as much as she's a bit used to it, because I'm not going to lie, I can come back almost anytime I like. I won't say anytime, because even myself, I have sense and a responsibility. I'm home training to know that there are some ungodly hours I
shouldn't be out. Yeah,
but I can come back almost anytime I want. So, but when it reaches 9, like you said, it's like a de facto curfew. Where when it reaches 9 or after 9, start calling now.
So tell me, male and female, who do you think suffers this the most? Like,
no, it's females.
Okay.
I cannot even lie, because I think even one of the reasons why I have this bit of freedom.
Yeah.
Even though my parents are senior citizens and they obviously cannot beat me or anything or also do anything, and it has been like that for years.
Yeah.
But I think one of the minus that aspect, minus the fact that I'm an adult and I've come of age and everything, and they are senior citizens and all that. Minus that, I think one of the major reasons, in fact, it's even the major, is because I'm a man.
Yeah.
If it is a lady, she won't have that privilege.
You know,
No, she might be. Though, mind you, there are still some
parents,
ladies that still come back to their parents' house at late hours or so. But the default
standard of Nigerian parents,
the default standard of Nigerian parents,
will
not be held to the guys as much as they are going to hold it to the ladies. It can't. When I was in high school, like I think I was in SS3. Now one of my, like, you know how all these high schoolers do it. And like where it's fairly your mates and all that, you got to argue. So I think there's one of my friends, or rather there's one of my friends, because I believe he's still alive.
Okay.
So for the sake of this session, I'm going to call him
Mr. X.
Yeah, let's say Mr. X.
I love giving people X and Y.
I'm going to call him X.
Okay.
So X, he has 5 sisters. I think he's the only son. So I've forgotten what prompted that argument, but it was about him going. And that time we were in SS3.
Yeah.
So it was about him staying out past his curfew. Now I don't know if he had like a standard curfew, but probably it was, like I say, de facto curfew and unofficial curfew, because about him staying out late. So we're telling him that, see, in as much as you are the only son, if you are out, let's just say if you and your sister, one of your sisters, are out simultaneously, and maybe 11 p.m, both of you have not come back. As much as you are the only son, and we both know how African parents hold this son like preciously. Your parents, especially your dad, would be more worried about your sister than you. Why? Because your sister is a lady. Yes, maybe that your sister might be older than you, because I think she's even the last born. I think he's the last born, to be honest. I think all the sisters are older than him. Maybe that your sister might be older than you. But bro, at least you are a man, they may say that to an extent. Now things can still happen to you, don't get me wrong.
True.
But to an extent, they will expect that you might be able to take care of yourself. Unlike your sister that is a lady. There are a lot of things that could happen to her.
The society is just like the way it is, and we know how it is.
And to an extent, you can't fault them on that logic.
True.
You can't fault them on that logic. So that's why I'm saying that yes, you can't, like, the ladies have it more
than the guys. Well, I think at this moment I'm going to now allow you answer for the guys and I'll answer for the females, and we're going to go to this point where I'm going to ask you to complete this statement. I am grown, but my parents still shout my name from the living room. Oh my god. You know what I was going to say when you mentioned this one? I am grown, but my mom will still call my name from the kitchen when she cannot find something in particular. This, you know that she knows where it is, but she wants you to come and meet her in that kitchen. Oh Lord, it so happens. Give me another I'm grown moment.
Okay, I am grown, but something that is beside my mother, like her remote, she will call me to come and pick it up and give it to her. Though it has been a while since this happened. Yeah. But it happened.
It is a thing. I am grown, but my room has become a storage unit. Okay. Tell me you have an experience in that area.
I actually do.
Things are almost no longer useful. They find a way to just keep it in your room.
Funny enough, this thing just happened yesterday.
Okay.
Like, funny enough, it just happened yesterday. Like some stuff that, because we're still arranging our house and getting things together and all that. He just bought something from the store. Things that were in my dad's room, which is currently my brother's room, because my dad moved from that room to another room, which is currently my brother's room. Things that were in that room, they're keeping it in my room, and some other stuff. They are not that much, but I mean, it's inconveniencing.
It is.
And I mean, in as much as, like, yes, I know this is, it's not my house per se. It's their house, a bit with our money and everything. I mean, my room is my sanctuary. And I mean, I'm happy that, because, like I told you, when it was in our house, so for the few months we were staying somewhere else, me and my junior brother had to share a room. And I won't say it was that bad, but there's nothing like having your own interest.
Yeah, true.
Like having some compromises and inconveniences. Both of us had to keep up with, both on my end and in his end.
You know, well, I think I would say that you had a lot of things good, and you're still having a lot of things good. There are some of us that don't even have the privilege of having our own room. You must share, and that will teach you a lot in learning. I would say humility, one. And two, to swallow a lot of things that are not swallowable. But
actually,
you just keep giving yourself time. It's like you are telling yourself that remain 2 years, remain 3 years, remain 6 months.
You mean that kind of thing, understand?
And you know what funny thing I know about that kind of situation? It encourages you to set limits and set timelines for things for yourself. And your personal growth is not something that you can work on immediately, but you have a timeline for a lot of things, and you always want to work towards it and hit it, because you feel like you're always on borrowed time. You always feel like you're on borrowed time. So now I'll ask you this one question. If there is one of these house rules that you'd like to change, which of them would it be? Is it the curfew? Is it the bills? Is it the payments? Or that whole aspect where you are living with your parents, you are paying bills, but they are the landlord, they are not collecting house rent, but you are the caretaker taking care of everything, yet you are still paying for something. How do you think, if you find this one thing that you'd like to change, first, what is that one thing you'd like to change? What is that one thing? Whether you are in the situation or you know someone who is in the situation.
No, I would like to use myself. I always like, in cases like this, the ones that bother me much about chores and coffees, but mostly chores. And the chores, mind you, like I said, we have a house help, but there are still things that, not as much as the house help is handling, they still expect you to do because they're playing there. In fact, the major thing is the chores, because even the curfew, mind you, the curfew, you can walk around that one more. Because the curfew, highest is disturbance. But when I come home, when I'll come home. We are not going to graduate from when I come from where I am. So when I'm coming home, or when I come into I come home. Highest, only thing is that maybe she may say that, or they may say that they are going to sleep. So and me calling now and calling someone to come and open the dates and whatever. But I know our house help. That dude he's a night caller, he's a nocturnal being. I don't know. I feel he'll still be awake at that time. So that's not much of an issue. And even if he sleeps, I might be inconveniencing by my calling, you come and open the gate. That kind of thing. So like I say, when I come home, they will call. I'll tell them I'm still coming. I'm coming. At this place. Sometimes where are you? Where exactly are you? I'm still here. Please, mommy, I'm coming. Please, daddy, I'm coming. Sometimes I might even be near the other. I'll tell him, I'm near the house now. I'm coming.
Once they don't see you with their two eyes, no, you never reach.
Yeah. So that one can be worked around with bits. But the one I would like to change the most is the chores.
Okay.
That is one I'll make.
So is there any specific chore?
See, like I understand the aspect of your still there, but you have to understand something that you have your life to live. You are still young, you have your the fact that you are still in that house. Yes, I understand that maybe they might still need your help with some things and all that.
But there are still feelings that you feel.
You feel that they should understand that you have your life to live. I can't just be at your pick and call whenever you want.
True.
I can't just be at your pick. Because I have things, and if there's still a particular age that if I am still in that house, they'll be the one to tell me why are you still here at this age.
Yes.
So I have to work towards this thing so that I can
move,
leave and bounce out of your side. So, and if you are calling me every time, I'll be able to focus on these things.
Yeah.
So I think that is one thing I would like to change. Some of the chores are the errands and the things they expect you to do. And you know how entitled African parents are to your service now.
Yes. To your
if you
time
decline
also.
to your time, and sometimes they will call it at the most inconvenient time. Though I will not lie, a lot of times if I tell them I cannot do this thing, now it's not convenient for me, they will leave it. But they will complain and they will gaslight you with simple things you cannot do.
All the things they have done for you.
Let's even leave all the things they have done for you. Let's even leave that one is still there, but let's even leave all the things they have done for you. They will still so small thing and calling you if I not post that thing you are doing or whatever. Sometimes it might even be work. Sometimes it might be work. Like and you are calling. Sometimes I will even hold her, I'll tell them, mommy, please, I'm working, and what I'm doing is important. Some I'm not like they are not as unreasonable as I might make them out to. Sometimes they will understand. Sometimes they will understand. But there are some times that you expect them to understand. They will be like, they will come and start critiquing you and making you feel like you are lazy or you don't want to do something or you just want to stay there
and just do nothing. Something that is not as important as what they want.
Exactly. It might not even be that important.
Yeah.
I said because sometimes it's important to be, sometimes it's not even that important. Just one small thing they call you to do, which you know that either they can do for themselves or they can get the house help to do.
Exactly.
They want I think they just have this. There's something they relish about.
They want you. They just want you to do it.
They want you to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of cathartic release or some sort of cathartic bliss that they will just call you to get you to do one chore or the other. And you have to know that somebody has to live this life.
Well, honestly, I think that at some point, on some level, there is this thing where no matter how old you become, you are still your parents' child. No matter how old you become. So the kind of enjoyments they feel when you were much younger and they enjoy having you do these things for them. No matter how old you get, they still enjoy having you do those things for them. But they don't see that the older you get, the more responsibilities you get outside of them.
Outside of them for yourself now.
Exactly. They don't see that a lot of times. So, well, I hope I don't know if I should say I hope they can see it, because I don't think it's something they will see ever.
No,
because if your parent is 20 years older than you, even when you turn 60, they are still 20 years older than you. So that thing doesn't look like it's going to change for a million years to come.
Yeah,
but
the only thing I will say is, no, I don't want it to be as if I'm giving anybody a bad advice.
Okay.
But the only thing I would say, or rather I would say, is for people in this
31 block,
with that 31 block are still with your parents, or late 20s are still with your parents, or new 20s are still with your parents. If you know you have something you're working towards and all these things might be distracting you and pulling you away from what you're working towards and what you're trying to get, develop a rebellious spirit. It might sound like a bad advice.
Well,
but
we actually have a topic that touches that, so let's not go deep, but say what you want to say.
Develop a rebellious spirit, because one thing I'm not trying to demonize our parents. Our parents are wonderful, me and all that. To be honest, something they do, you can't blame them, because you just have to be against them, how society program them. So some things you can do. There are some things you can blame them, but there are some things you can't blame
them. They are humans, so
and they are also humans too. So one thing I would say is that African parents lack boundary. If you do not develop that rebellious spirit, they won't know where to stop or where to stop. So now this rebellious spirit shouldn't be you talk to them anyhow, insult them or stuff like that. But no, there's some things you need to tell them no. There's some things they do, you need to call them out on it, call her. There's a way you can do these things with a bit of respect.
Yeah.
But there's a way that, but just now there are also some scenarios where maybe it might demand you be a tad bit hostile. Just a tad bit hostile. But you mustn't bring hostility for everything.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That it's all these things are just based on wits and facts. Just know when to match the energy, when to, like, if you make a tad bit of hostility and a tad bit of, like, respect and courtesy, when
world peace.
And yes, and courtesy when airing out your views and your grievances to
True.
But rebellious spirits,
It's quite necessary sometimes.
it's necessary to an extent. As a youth, if there's any teenager or underage person watching this doesn't.
It's not for you.
It's not for you.
Close your eyes and your ears.
Just close your eyes and your ears. Let them know land you slap, and I'll send it to FMC or National Hospital. So these are for the adults.
Oh Lord, it's been nice talking to you on this topic, and truly, I will say that there's been a lot of things I have heard that I have not heard before. There's been a lot of things that I am beginning to understand that, okay, this might be the reason why my parents were like this or are still like this. But anyway, I hope my parents will watch this and understand that, please, sometimes I just want to sleep till 10 a.m. Sometimes I want to be out with friends. I will tell you where I'm going, So while I tell you, just allow me, chill and enjoy a bit. If I leave the house, if I pack out, I'll stay longer than that,
Of course.
So for now, just allow me enjoy a little bit of time. Thank you so much, Charles. It's been really, really nice.
One more thing.
Yes,
See, you're talking about what we all want our parents to know.
Yeah.
I want my parents to know, especially my mom, to know that most times when you're seeing me on my phone or my system, mommy, I am not pressing phone for pressing sake. I am not just chatting on WhatsApp or whatever you think. I don't know what you think I am doing on my phone. Every time you're always scrolling phone. You're always doing phone. Always telling people that I'm always on my phone, 2% on my phone, I'm lying down on the bed on phone or using laptop or what. Mommy, if I am using my phone, there's something important I'm doing. Either I am applying for an online work or an online gig or looking for the next financing opportunity, or I am learning some stuff that will be useful to me in my future, or I am indulging myself in something necessary for my writing career, or I might even be writing something. Sometimes I use my laptop to write, sometimes I use my phone to write. That's the beauty of modern day technology. It's not like before where you need to go to an office and get a typewriter or even get an old version vintage retro system and stuff like that. I'm doing something. I must not go to one office or the other, and in fact I prefer remote work. So mommy, I just want you to know that when you see me on my phone, yes, there are sometimes I'm just doing some things that are maybe not productive, but a good number of times, like I am doing something productive. Just know that. I just want to know this. Bye again. Find out enough.
Message has been passed. We don't want a situation where you fall sick. They say it's because you're holding phone every time. You go late somewhere, it's because you're holding phone every time. You don't eat, it's because you're holding
phone every time.
Phone has become the biggest disease carrier in our parents' eyes.
Phone is in Nigerian parents' up. It's the up of Nigerian parents. I don't know why. I don't know what they have this phone.
We'll leave it there. And trust us, the next episode, it's going to be the side eye chronicle. That eye language that we all understand in our family and in our homes.
Bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side eye. Like this. Are you not like this? Oh, thank you so much for being with us on this episode. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.